Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of ADHD Superpower. Today we're talking about ADHD and microdosing psychedelics, part 2. So, microdosing, I'm sorry. Okay, so what exactly is the definition? It's repeatedly taking psychedelics in small, non-hallucinogenic amounts. Has previously been identified as a treatment option for relieving ADHD symptoms, but effects of the practice on mindfulness and personality in adults with ADHD has largely been unexplored. However, researchers found that microdosing psychedelics offer unique health benefits. Repeated use of small quantities of psychedelic substance, the active ingredient, I would say, with psilocybin can improve mood and mental health, and many studies has suggested that and tested that to be true. Another study conducted by researchers in the Netherlands has found that microdosing psychedelics for 4 weeks induced an increase in mindfulness and a decrease in neuroticism, which is needed ADHD among adults diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactive disorder and those experiencing severe ADHD symptoms. Researchers also found that people who microdosed psilocybin saw small to medium-sized improvement in symptoms of depression, anxiety, and stress over a 30-day follow-up compared to those who did not. The observational study, which was published in Nature Science Reports, including over 900 people who reported microdosing psychedelics during the last month, and a control group of 180 people who did not engage in microdosing psychedelics. So how does the brain chemistry work with ADHD people taking psychedelics? ADHD patients show dysfunctions in limbic region, especially in the amygdala, as pertaining to the heart executive functions. I've mentioned that in my previous episodes about hot and cold executive functions. The disorder is thought to feature a hyperactive amygdala, which might be normalized in psychedelic substances, which are reported to decrease the activity of these regions, therefore benefiting people with ADHD who experience those symptoms. The mechanism, however, can also underlie some of the therapeutic effects of psychedelics, as well as SSRI or selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, work through down-regulating these receptors. And some mental disorders, such as OCD, feature dysfunctional, deregulation of these receptors. Therefore, chronic administration of psychedelics might constitute a therapeutic effect that might be relevant for ADHD patients. The paper didn't say, the article that I read didn't say what it's a dose of the chronic administration. So, I can only take what was written as, face value. That's it. And do some research on your own. Chronic drug administration, which I looked up, refers to long-term use of drug, which can comprise the brain's reward system, leading to changes in reward threshold, which can also be a negative thing, because if you actually have a threshold already established and you're macrodosing it, like to overdosing point, one might as well, it's not microdosing, you're just fucking yourself up. Alright, so mental health benefit of microdosing. When it comes to psychedelics, microdosing involves consuming psychedelic substances in amounts too small to impair daily functioning. The dosage may vary, but could be taken 3 to 5 times per week. Researchers from Massachusetts University studied to investigate effects of 4 weeks of microdosing with an expectation that mindfulness and personality traits, including conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, openness, which I talked about in my previous episodes, would increase, while neuroticism would decline. And that has been shown in multiple research to be true. Oops. So there are actually some, additional information in this. It's very hard for me to actually come up with this episode because I don't do psychedelics, and when I did it, it didn't do anything for me. I didn't feel anything at all, and I guess that's the whole point of microdosing. But I didn't think that my music ability was enhanced as much as weed does, or my weedies. Yay, my weedies! I need my weedies, and I'm not sure. So I can't. I'm not. I don't know. Like I said, take my words on the research face value that I found on net, and they are reliable sources. There's scholar articles. So, I'm not putting out false information out there, but I'm not putting my opinion in, as much as I really should or understand what it is. I would talk to my psychiatrist about it, and, she'll say, I don't think it's a good idea, but, oh yeah, another thing I want to mention. In ADHD, microdosing psychedelics, or even taking psychedelics, is not as harmful. It's not as harmful as people say schizophrenic who's taking psychedelics. They should not be microdosing psychedelics. It's very dangerous. Borderline personality, narcissist behavior, any depression, anxiety, persistent. If you have those, taking LSD or microdosing LSD and mushroom is extremely dangerous. Also, especially some researchers actually support macrodosing it. So I don't know, maybe they're from the 1670s. Who knows? Anyways, take care and see you next episode.